Greetings, greetings, greetings. We are in another part of the lab. We're in another part of the lab. You know, we got the snow going on, so we're not in JL. We're not in Justice League headquarters. We're not in the HQ. We're not in the headquarters of Hot 2100 Savannah. So, and we're in another part of the lab. We're in another part of the lab. And so this is Run Tell That. We say to everyone, share, share, share. And so we are here. We are here. We are live. And so we're glad to have y'all. Those in parts of the country, y'all are used to some of this right here, but some of us we're not used to it. So that's why we're doing the experience of snow right now, dealing with snow right now. And so we say to you all out there, be safe out there traveling around. And so we're gonna be getting into some things because we're gonna give some highlights this week right here. We're supposed to have some guests, but again, because of the snow and the weather, inclement weather, we're not able to do what we were going to do with them. But, you know, nothing stops us with regard to that. So that's what we do. What we do. And so we're going to get some highlights. We can get some highlights, and there's some anniversaries and some tragic anniversaries, some wonderful anniversaries. So we're going to get into it right now. We're going to start out right now with regards to some of this. And so, because we want people to always know. We want people to know this story and understand why we are here, why we do what we do. And so, yes, indeed. So bear with me just for a second. We're about to get into it. And so, because I'm running everything, the talent's running everything right now.
If you followed the history of Pan-Africanism, you're probably familiar with this man, Patrice Emery Lumumba, the Democratic Republic of the Congo's first prime minister and a staunch Pan-Africanist whom Congolese forces brutally assassinated with the backing of UK, US, and Belgian forces. But are you familiar with this man, Pierre Mulele? He was dubbed the Second Lumumba. That's right, the struggle for Congolese liberation did not end with Lumumba's death. You might have even heard that Argentine revolutionary Ernesto Che Guevara spent some time fighting in Congo. But that was in 1965, 4 years after Patrice Lumumba was killed. So why did Che go there? Yup, you guessed it, it's once again linked to Mulele. So who was Mulele, and how was he connected to well-known figures such as Lumumba and Che? Not only did Mulele admire Lumumba, he was Lumumba's education minister. And like many Lumumbists, as they called themselves, he was not willing to let neo-colonial forces take over Congo once Lumumba was assassinated. In Mulele's words,
"When the suffering became unbearable, Lumumba led us to independence. Today, the Congo is still in the hands of the foreign capitalists, who have their dirty work carried out by their boys, the black reactionaries of the government and the army."
These African reactionaries include Moise Tshombe, Joseph Kasavubu, and Mobutu Sese Seko. In 1958, Mulele, as a part of the pro-Lumumba Congolese National Liberation Front, traveled to Egypt where the movement received reinforcements and then went to China to receive guerrilla training. Upon his return, he launched the Kwilu Revolt in the Kwilu district where he was born. The Kwilu rebels quickly conquered territory in the west of the country to restore power to pro-Lumumba forces. The Kwilu Revolt happened at the same time as the Simba Revolt in eastern Congo, led by Christophe Beignet. Both the Simba Revolt and the Kwilu Revolt were led by revolutionary socialists. Fighters on the eastern side of the country declared a People's Republic of the Congo, with a capital in Stanleyville, led by Mulele's comrade, Antoine Gizenga. These revolts became known as Congo's Second Independence. Mulele became famous for his ideology, known as Mulelism, which drew inspiration from Lumumbism and Maoism. Some of its tenets included:
the people are divided into two classes, the rich, the capitalists, who profit from the work of others. 2. Workers and peasants, the poor or the popular masses. The two classes are in a constant struggle, either a struggle to diminish suffering or a struggle to reform and reorganize the country.
A video about the Kwilu Rebellion would not be complete without talking about this woman, Léonie Abo. She was at the forefront of the Kwilu Rebellion. Her husband was none other than Mulele, and her life was immortalized in her autobiography, Abo, Femme du Congo. According to academic Karen Bauer, between 20 and 35% of the Kwilu rebels were believed to be women. Most were in their teens. And of course, Che got involved. He, along with over 150 other Cubans, originally went to the Congo to support the Simba rebels. According to Abo,
Mulele had learned in March 1966 that Che Guevara, the great Che himself, was approaching Dekese in the north of the Kwilu. Mulele had dreamed since that time of joining forces with the revolutionaries of the East.
We spoke with Commander Victor Dreke, who was second in command of Cuban military operations in Congo after Ernesto Che Guevara, to figure out the connection between the Cuban struggle and the one waged by Mulele.
y nosotros estábamos buscando a Pierre Mulele, porque en la zona que habíamos llegado no estaba Pierre Mulele. Pierre Mulele estaba a muchos kilómetros de distancia, y Pierre Mulele yo no lo conocí personalmente. Por supuesto yo tenía que ir a buscar a Mulele, pero eran muchos kilómetros. Entonces, por eso no vimos, digo porque me enteré, ya yo estando en Cuba a muchos años, que Mulele se presentó en la embajada de Cuba en el Congo Brazzaville, muchos años después de estar en Cuba nosotros.
In 2017, Dreke told freelance journalist Ron Augustin in an interview,
Our ambassador warned him not to meet Mobutu, who had offered him a peace pact, yet he went and got assassinated.
the Simba Rebellion and Kwilu Rebellion were both ultimately crushed, and Mobutu's forces executed Mulele in early October 1968. In Che's Congo diaries, he takes a pessimistic outlook, describing the revolts as failures due to low morale and infighting among various factions. Perhaps this was inevitable after centuries of the Congolese people being brutally oppressed. The Congo Kingdom was one of the biggest targets of the European slave trade, which preceded genocidal colonial rule under Belgium's King Leopold II. His process of exploiting ivory and rubber killed an estimated 10 to 15 million people in the Congo Free State before the colony was passed over to the Belgian government, which continued the brutal repression. Congo was just emerging from this history when Western-backed factions sought to balkanize the already fragile country and assassinate Lumumba. Ultimately, the United States, Belgium, and the UK backed Congolese reactionaries to assassinate this anti-colonial hero. Though the Congolese did not give up the fight, the repression certainly made it hard for them to succeed. Nevertheless, Lumumba, Mulele, and Abo continued to inspire generations to keep up the fight for the total liberation of the African continent.
And so this is an anniversary time period with regard to Mulele, Lumumba, and also Abo. And so you all heard what was involved, that the women were involved in the struggle. Women were involved in the struggle in African liberation. In Pan-Africanism, women are a part of the struggle. We so often get it twisted based on Western doctrine, Eurocentric perspectives, and that's why I had some people try to come at us about African-centeredness and that. I told the folks that they didn't even know what they were talking about. One of them was Latino, other one was Caucasian. So for us, there's a balance there. And so right now here, we have an issue at times with regards to women in leadership positions that, again, when you know your story, as I often go and say, you know better to engage in some foolishness and some insanity. So this is an anniversary time period that we do that remembrance and reflect on that, because we are now in a time right now that, yes, we need to cleave together. We've always said cleave together. Some of us have always talked about us cleaving together, coming together as one. Again, we said, oh, yo, share, because we had some people to come in. I see some folks are going out. I don't know about connections, other things like that. But again, we saying to you all, we don't shy away from women being in positions of power, especially black people. Black people cannot shy away from that and begin having issues with that. When you talk about revolution, the women have been a part of the revolution. It's not just been the men, but it has been also been the women. And so we're going to expand to something else. We had played this before for you all, but we're going to give it to you again because we are in trouble. We're in trouble. These words, these poignant words were given to us before. Like I said, we're recapping some of the things that have gone on. So this show right here, we're dealing with some of the issues with regard to the snow and the weather and other things like that. But we're going to get into some other things too with regard to this time period, a time period of sadness, of grief, but also some joy and also power. That's what all this right here, that the sadness and the grief, we say with hardship comes ease. And that sadness and the grief is a part of the hardship for us to get the ease. That is, we have to have that struggle. And so we're in trouble right now. So we're going to get into this right here.
We, the so-called minority in this country, are in trouble. But the country may be doomed. The Western world, in any case, is certainly doomed. Because the economic system, which is responsible for our presence in this park, and responsible for the deaths, in so many ways, of so many black boys and girls, the greed that rules this country, the indifference to human life which rules this country, is something that the world cannot afford. And what the world cannot afford, the world has always found a way to get rid of. We are talking about the end of a kingdom, the end of a way of thought, the end of a certain sense of reality. But it is important to remember that whereas we may be minority legally in this country, we are majority in the world. And between now and the year 2000, which is only 20 years, we must find a way to forge the links which will save us all over the world.
Click the link in the bio to get the book.
So, and that was the great James Baldwin. Baldwin said decades ago that we're in trouble, and he talked about the Western world, and so that's why we let this Eurocentric ideology, Western ideology come in to, and basically it poisons who we are as a people. And that in particular, you need to understand why it poisons you, so then that way you will not fight against the oppression, that you would embrace the oppression, you'll be a part of the oppression against your own oppression, so again, that is something that comes into play. And so that's why we had to throw that out with regards to Baldwin. And when Baldwin is talking about this, Baldwin is not just saying it from some theory. That's why I tell folks oftentimes with me, I say, I'm not giving you the theory, I'm giving you the reality of it. And so Baldwin, and why is Baldwin saying this? Because Baldwin was a friend with a man by the name of Medgar Evers. And Medgar Evers, as you all know, NAACP official, got assassinated in Mississippi. Medgar Evers killed friend of James Baldwin. His widow, Myrlie Evers, will continue the legacy. So again, see how women are a part of that struggle. See, again, I tell folks, always a method to the madness when we engage in this right here. And we said, y'all, share. So Myrlie Evers continued the legacy of Medgar, and also being a freedom fighter for us via civil disobedience. Medgar is also a friend to a person by the name of El-Hajj Malik El-Shabazz, a.k.a. Malcolm X, a friend of Malcolm who was right there, knew Malcolm in Harlem, spoke to Malcolm in Harlem, knew him. And so he also sees the assassination of Malcolm, and understanding that it's not just, don't go and look at, as we say, the black hands that will pull the trigger. Understand that there are other hands, there are governmental hands led by Eurocentric perspective, by Western perspective, by J. Edgar Hoover, CIA, boss, which was part of New York, the police department, and other agencies to stop this man and thwart this man by the name of Malcolm X. El-Hajj Malik El-Shabazz, who was calling for unity of African people around the entire world and wanted to go to the UN to have the UN to address the issues of discrimination and the sanctioned oppression against black folks in this country that are led predominantly by Caucasians. So we try to get into these issues and debate that right there. You can't debate the truth. The truth is undebatable. So what you need to do, you need to accept it and then go forward with regard to the healing. And so many in this climate that we're in right now, we want to ignore it and then act like it's okay with regards to the oppression, or go and say that I have friends of mine who are Caucasian who are not oppressive. And that's right. And that is a wonderful thing. And that we need them to understand they got to step up to the plate, because they have to become voices for this right here. So our oppression is not just tied to the people you see right around you who look just like you, and you say black folks causing problems for black folks. That is incorrect. That is an elementary type of thinking. Yeah, I'm going to say it. People who think like that, that's elementary type thinking. And then you don't want to acknowledge the system of oppression. As I had to tell someone, that they said to me that you look at elected officials who are black, who are African Americans, I'm like, guess what? They are pawns and pets for the system. So yes, that's what always happened. We have always seen that. We saw the Irish do that to the Irish in Ireland when it came to Britain. We saw Caucasian Jews do that to Caucasian Jews when they're in Europe and Eastern Europe. We see that. We saw that with Native Americans doing that. So why y'all gonna come to some of us and act like black folks are the only ones? The Chinese did it to the Chinese. The Japanese did it to the Japanese. And the Japanese did it to the Koreans. And I had to share with someone about Japanese and Korean relationships, and that even today, Japan has not apologized for the oppression they did to Koreans. And see, now with some of y'all saying, wow, you know that. And that's why Dr. John Henry Clark was told this by Dr. John Jackson, that for you to know your story, you got to know the story of those other people. So that's right. So that's when they come to me about that. And when I hear some of y'all say this rudimentary, this elementary type stuff, like black people got to stop blaming the system, stop blaming the white man, stop with that stupidity. If Caucasians are involved in the system of oppression and maintain the system of oppression as opposed to not allowing equity, and so now some of y'all can't dispute it. You all know DEI, they're throwing it out the window because Caucasian men in particular are frightened about that with regard to seeing equity. That is history, not mythology. So that's why I'm throwing it out there. So I'm throwing it out there saying to y'all, we got to change, because if not, this is what will happen to some of you, and some of you will continue the same legacy, and you can't get mad about it. The past. Clarence Thomas said people once thought that he was militant because he was friends with black Muslims. Clarence Thomas said that. But look at today, Clarence Thomas is also aiding and abetting the system of oppression. That's why I say people look just like you. Yes, that don't mean that, again, you ain't supposed to look at the person, the hidden hand in all of this right here. You all like to talk about Vanguard, BlackRock, and all of that. My God, is that us leading those charges with regard to those corporations? So again, stop that right there. Stop being so sensitive about it. Stop feeling the guilt for other people. That is insane. Just like you see what I said, that you have people who talk about they fought for civil rights, but in the present, they vote for and support the degradation of democracy. Yes, that's what I said. They support the degradation of democracy. But they say I fought for civil rights, and you want them to rest on the laws. You cannot rest on your laws. If that's the case, then Clarence Thomas is straight up militant. So again, I throw that out there and say, because if not, some of y'all will wind up being caught up like that. And so again, that is a part of this struggle this week. People tell them the King celebration. I tell folks, I detest that I have a dream king, because that's the wrong king. That's the king they want you to know. The system of oppression wants you to think about that king. But the system of oppression do not want you to talk about the king that discussed about reparations. King said that there should be a guaranteed income in this country, that this country is so wealthy that no one needs to be impoverished. That is what Dr. King talked about. But you don't hear that conversation going on. King said a guaranteed income. And I've had African Americans, when I brought this up, young African Americans going to say they don't think that should happen. So the same ones that go and talk about the older African Americans got antiquated thoughts also. The thoughts of self-hatred, the thoughts of being a pet, the thoughts of being one that has no power, who bought into the propaganda. So yeah, I throw that out there. So that's why y'all hear me going and say, I don't care about the age. I'm looking at the character of the people. That's what, again, the people who understand what time it is. So they can be young, they can be middle-aged, they can be older. So that's what this is about. And so that's why, again, we say we must be clear with regard to our thoughts. And don't be ashamed about it. And that if somebody is your friend who is Latino, Asian, Euro-Hispanic, Native and Hispanic, guess what? If they're about truth, they will accept the truth that you're saying, because you are a bellwether for any society. You are a thermometer for any society. And so that's why we're sharing this with you all today. Because again, we have these great heroes and sheroes that paved the way for us, but some of us turn our backs on it, and then we feel all guilty because you have bought into the propaganda. The same ones that go and tell them they don't like CRT. You buy into it also, that this system is not oppressive and racist. The foundation is already right there. We know that. And so we'll continue on with regards to, again, some people getting some understanding, some enlightenment. And so we will do this right here. I'm going to make sure, because I want to make sure on something. We'll make sure.
Global black solidarity for Palestine without discussing black Palestinians or Afro-Palestinians themselves. Some Afro-Palestinians trace their roots to the land as far back as the 12th century, and are descendants of Muslim pilgrims who went to Mecca for Hajj and then settled in Jerusalem. Others are the descendants of those who migrated from places such as Nigeria, Sudan, Senegal, and Chad. Some of them came to Palestine specifically to fight against British colonialism and Zionism.
The second, third, fourth generation, if you ask us to identify ourselves, we say we are Afro-Palestinians. We were born here, we grew up here.
The community is deeply rooted in Jerusalem, with a long history of involvement in the Palestinian liberation movement. Ali Jidda is a leader of Jerusalem's Afro-Palestinian community, who served 17 years in Israeli prisons as a member of the Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestine.
And sadly, when we talk about Palestine, people only think about Arabs. They think about Arabs. And someone going to say the red Arabs. And you know, because they're dark Arabs also. And now I'm going back in ancient times. And some of y'all, when I say this right, some of y'all go, oh, wow, he went back. And so again, and that's going back to ancient times with regard to the dark Arabs, the black Arabs, the red Arabs. So when we talk about Palestine, and some people know that I have discussed this in the 1990s, that there are African Palestinians, Afro-Palestinians. We talked about this. We discussed this. And so we shared this. And in fact, the Afro-Palestinians talked about the discrimination that was thrown against them by the Israelis, the Caucasian, the European Jews that were there in Israel. They discussed it. They wrote about this. But guess what? We let the propaganda, the miseducation guide us to ignore it all. They talked about and discussed this right here. So that's why I'm like saying unity, the unity of African people. We got to be aware. We got to know our story better than the story of these other people. And that's what it is. You know them other people's story, and then some of y'all only know a smidgen of those other people's story. But then here it is now. It is time for us to finally begin to tell our story and recognize who we are, that we're in this global system that we have to fight. And then we want Caucasians to come along, and people even, just to share with you, I think some of y'all need to go look at Blackish. There's a segment of Blackish that comes on dealing with Bo and feminism. Bo is now a part of a group of Caucasian women that are feminists, but then she had to bring her sisters. Again, it was a replay from Girlfriends where all of them come back and they are now sisters talking about that. Listen, Caucasian women get 67 cents, but black women get 50 cents or something like that. They show the disparities in this right here. So they're saying, Caucasian women, you all got to come along on this journey with us too. And don't look at it and then continue the system of oppression. You know, because the people are related to you. Because again, that oppression oppresses you too. But black people have been out there understanding. Black men and black women, black children and black adults have been out there. Black elders have been out there. So we say you all got to listen to us with regards to that. That's the power. And to Bernard White, why I'm the king of the West Savannah. And actually, just let you know, it got kind of shortened right now because of this segment, because I was doing work for the president of our Black Media and Hot 2100, that I had to do work for him, that we can go also the king of AEB. So I'm the king of AEB. How? Because I walk through my domain. I walk through my domain of the West Savannah, and the people come out and they cheer me on because they see me fighting for them. That's why, Bernard White, I fight for the people. Jamals Story, the one-man NAACP, he fights for everyone. It doesn't matter where you're in the world, much like the legacy of, and I'm thank you for this, Bernard, to go and say this, like the legacy of Earl T. Shinholster, who now has a star dedicated to him in Durban, South Africa. I suspect that what will happen when I pass away, that there'll be a star dedicated to me in West Savannah, at Alfred Eli Beach High School, at Woodsville Tompkins, at these various places right there. You ain't got to worry about HVJ because I'm already in the Hall of Fame at HVJ and I have a brick over there. So what we're going to do, we're going to go to a break right now. This is Run Tell That. We said that everyone still share. And again, as you say, we focus from around the entire world. So again, we're going to throw it on out there, let y'all know we appreciate you all. And then again, but again, I got to go ahead and do my own stuff, you know, because that's what happened. That's how they do you. So I'm on Our Black Media, the Little Brother Show, the talent guy do all this right here. So I'm looking for something right now. That's exciting thing right here. This is exciting right here.
Savannah, are you looking for some of the best Southern soul food? Then check out Kim's Cafe at 714 MLK Boulevard. The food is so good, you'll think that your mother cooked it. Located in the heart of Savannah, Kim's has a menu that includes breakfast anytime, lunch when you need it, and dinner so you won't have to cook when you get home. They also cater all types of events and can host your reserved event at the restaurant. Come see what everyone has been raving about. Great food, great atmosphere, and a great time. Kim's Cafe, 714 MLK Boulevard in beautiful downtown Savannah.
And this is Run Tell that we are back. We're back. And again, I'm not in JL. I'm not in Justice League headquarters. I'm not in the HQ. That is Hot 2100 Savannah. I'm not there. And I'm not in the lab. I'm in a part of the compound of the lab, but I'm not in the lab. And so that's why we say to y'all, share, share, share. This is Run Tell that. And also we go and say to y'all this right here. We say support our supporters. Kim's Cafe, 714 MLK Jr. Boulevard. And Shepherd's Food and Gas. Don't ride by, stop by. Davis Johnson Bozeman Law Firm, offices in Savannah, Atlanta, and Statesboro. We then also tell you, say, go to One Price Cleaners, located in the Farmers Market in Garden City, and see them over there. But then I got something exciting for y'all, We say, take this down right now. Look at this. Scan this right here. It's the QR code for Hot 2100 Savannah and the world. Wow. Hot 2100 Savannah and the world. That is what we're doing. That's what we say to y'all. Share, share, share. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I'm giving y'all time to go ahead and do it. Get it. And you heard just say, Hot 2100 Savannah and the world. So that's why this show right here, as again, we're dealing with the whole world. As I said, always a method to the madness. A method to the madness, always. Hot 2100 Savannah and the world. And so we had some great times this weekend also. As I said, we had some joyous times. And so now, just to share something with y'all, we all got together. That is the team of Our Black Media, and Hot 2100 Savannah. And we made our way to the Savannah Hurricane game this weekend. And so this is a shot right here. This is Coach Charles Morris. He got his Savannah Hurricanes t-shirt. And we got our brother Justin Grove, a.k.a. Prep, and myself right there. Prep is a graduate of Savannah State University, and he's involved in PR and marketing for the Savannah Hurricanes, our semi-pro team here. And Coach Charles Morris, what he did, he was in a part of competition at the game. He had to do a free throw and a layup, but the young man won. So again, that's what we had going on. And so then we were able to have several people from the community there. And so this young man right here, that's my nephew King right there. That's my nephew King. He part of the great Lee family, the Teray family. That's King right there, my nephew right there in the house. He's an excellent athlete also in basketball, playing for 2 basketball teams. And so that's what we had going on this weekend. But then also we had another thing that was happening during the week too. And so it was astonishing what we had happening. And so one of them I missed, but we will be playing that. What happened, it was discovered that Reverend Dr. Leonard Smalls, a portrait of Reverend Dr. Leonard Smalls was in the storage facility for Herschel V. Jenkins High School when we were just getting a new building. The building was being built, and that's where you see Sequoia right there. And so that's when I say, wow, Reverend Dr. Smalls is an alum of HVJ. I never knew this. Reverend Dr. Smalls, an alum of HVJ. Yes. And so Bernard White, it's that type of stuff. See, we're able to uncover that. That's why the people are going to say, this is why we love you, and that's why we respect you, because you are our leader. But then we got to throw a special shout out to the president of Our Black Media, the founder of Hot 2100 Savannah and the world. We got to do this right here, because guess what happened this week too? Thanks for your donation to become an HVJ alum. Wow! Julius Hall donated, he's now an honorary alum of HVJ. So everyone share that. Let the whole world know Julius Hall, an honorary alum of HVJ now. That's what occurred. That occurred. Wow. I was stunned. He made the donation. And so it is documented. So that's why we do what we do. David Bannon, glad to have you. And again, that's right. Sherry Carter, that's right. To the people, that's right. And so then, hey, bam. Mark, glad to have you. Glad to have you. Rachel, all of you. We love all of you. We love all of you. Just true warriors for the people. That's right. And guess what? Julius Hall is a warrior right now. Our president for Our Black Media is now a warrior too. He's honorary. He made a donation. And so that's why some Wolverines were surprised that he did that. But he understood he needed to come on the bandwagon. And so we got to do this right here. Because again, now let y'all know, My boy Clay Hodges, 1501. Clay Hodges did something. He has a great video, but he has a song, and that he said he specifically had to do this because he wanted to pay homage to those people who went to Sapelo, whose lives were changed forever. And those who are now part of the ancestral realm. And so this is the opening of River Bounce right here. The video for River Bounce, his new song. He had a screening of it on Saturday night at 201, right off of the Savannah airport, right over there at 201, and then also the official release of it. God Almighty, Lord of all the worlds, Master of the day of judgment. Thee do we worship and thy aid we to seek. Show we the straight way, the way of those who in the go astray. I mean, remember those Africans that prayed knee-born in the wilderness. I mean, remember those Africans that prayed flat down in the wilderness. I mean, El Amadel Peru, Haiti, Jamaica, Curaçao, Martinique, Brazil, Honduras, Belize, Guatemala, Venezuela, Ecuador, Ains Walton, Ajit Ali, Floyd Adam, Jim Coke, Kaya Lele, Kaya like me. That's River Bounce. But something happened. Again, this is Run Tell That. Something happened, and I'm a little stunned. I'm a little stunned about something. I'm a little stunned. And to Sister Alice, contact our president, Julius Hall. He will help you set up that podcast. He can do this. But I got to go back to someone else, Sister Alice. I got to go to Bernard White. Bernard White. Why would you go and lie like that? Yes, I am the king of West Savannah, so of course I got to be with them. Many of them went there. And today, one of my people, 1501 people, he actually did not want to go to Tompkins, so he went on over to Groves. So I told him he used the address for him to go to Groves. And so he began to talk about Tompkins. So, but Bernard White, that is crazy what you're saying, Bernard White. I don't understand. See, that's what I try to tell you. Remember I talk about Western education, Western propaganda, Eurocentric propaganda. This is what's going on. Western education, miseducation. So Bernard White, oh my God, we got to move on. We got to move on to some other things too. Some other great things are happening too. Other great things are happening. And so like, wow, I'm just trying to handle it. And so of course we know what is happening. It was the King celebration, going on. So we got to have some fun with some of our people. And so what happened, Hot 2100, they went and had a segment of entertainment for the city of Savannah. Heard what I just said? Segment of the city of Savannah at the place called ILA. So, but it was some other stuff going on. Coach Julius Hall and also some other folks came out. Sabrina, Adib with Our Black Media. They came out and they were putting up work to make it happen with regards to that. Sister Eden also, they made it happen. And so after we got the stage set up, and we thank our Alderman Bernetta Bryant Lanier for the platform, we thank her for that. They don't never know. 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 They don't know how to travel. They don't never know. Yeah. I come up on them. Ain't a gamble. I come up on them.
That jacket is nice, though. That jacket is real nice. Where you get this from?
That's the marketplace. Where you at right here?
You got that from here? Cool, yeah. So you could get another one, right? They got gloves in there?
They probably do.
I hope they open up soon.
This is why you don't deal with this is why you don't deal with centaurs. You leave them all alone.
That mud claw. Yes, sir. Yeah.
We's about to go right now. So yes, we were with the young man from the Eta Gamma chapter of Iota Phi Theta Fraternity Incorporated, the Brown and Gold founded at Morgan State University, that I was a former advisor of. And as we shared with some people, we shared with Eddie BG, because Eddie BG and Sister Katina Wheeler, they got Discover Black Savannah, and they wanted to have us collaborate with them on. We did a live broadcast. In fact, the only two live broadcasts were done. One was on Bounce Television of the parade in Savannah, and it was Discover Black Savannah via Our Black Media, and Run Tell That, and Hot 2100 Savannah. And so that's what we did. And so we had a great time. And so those young men, as we shared with them, as I'll let y'all understand this point, when I was the advisor, they won several awards, from the Best Project, Social Project Award. They won GPA Chapter of the Year. They won. That's what they won, because that's what we do. We make winners. Bernard White. That's why I'm the king of West Savannah. We make winners. That's why I'm making West Savannah a winner. AEB, that's what I'm doing. I'm making y'all a winner. That's what this is about. And so we had a wonderful time, and we recognized some people right there, because again, look at this right here. You see Shed Dawson right there. Shed Dawson, one of the great men of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, and the owner of Diaspora Marketplace. That again, the coat that I have on came from Diaspora Marketplace. Richard Shinholster, the brother of Earl T. Shinholster, the Shinholster family of some called the first family of civil rights in Savannah, Georgia. And so then you see the shot right there of Eddie BG of Discover Black Savannah was shared right there. And Mr. Shinholster, that's why we're doing the live right there. And Mr. Shinholster talking to the folks. And so again, had a great time. And then we went over to the new restaurant, the young men from Iota Phi Theta and myself, and we met Michael, who's with co-owners of that facility right there, and we were engaging in conversation with regard to that. So it was a wonderful time that we all had. And so again, but then, as I shared with y'all, then we took it to another level. We brought one of the stellar people, one of the stars of Our Black Media, Hot 2100 Savannah, Big E, and DJ Donovan. I have to do this right here. DJ Donovan is from HVJ High School. So Bernard White, guess what? We always around. Warriors, that's right, Warriors. But we'll go back to this. That's why Julius Hall donated to HVJ. But you see Big E right there. Big E handled the microphone. DJ Donovan did the music. And DJ Donovan's music was so great that the other DJs out there just shut it down. They said, let Hot 2100 do the party. So that's right. At the ILA, like I said, segment right there. It was a segment. But guess what happened? From that segment, it became everybody. We did it for a segment, but guess what? It came the whole world. Hot 2100 Savannah and the world. That's what happened. The whole world now joined in right out there. Hot 2100 Savannah. We telling you, get on board. Get on board with the guys and get on board. That's right. Coach Julius Hall had it set up. Our president, Julius Hall, had it set up. We got the banners out there. And so that's what we did. That's what we did. And it was a great time had by all. And so, again, that's what we tell folks. That's what we're doing. And so now, let's see. We're going to see something. We're going to see. We're going to try to give y'all a little taste of summer. We're going to try to give y'all just a little taste, just a little bit of it. Because what happened is that the sound, I don't know the connection from, we came from the site for Discover Black Savannah. And so that's why you see the folks going down. And that's why we're right there. I'm filming. Eddie is talking. You know, we got the band. The best band was Herschel V. Jenkins High School. The best band, because we did some awards. Herschel V. Jenkins High School had the best band. So that was a part of a great fanfare that we had out there. And so we're right there in front of Diaspora Marketplace, because Discover Black Savannah is located at 510 MLK Jr. Boulevard, right above Diaspora Marketplace, which is owned by Richard Shinholster and it's the Shinholster family. So you see me right there with the coat. And so again, a great time. So we wanted to give you a taste, but like I said, the music, the sound, I don't know why the sound was not doing what it needs to do. But then we had a little problem too. We had a little problem with some people. And I'm just going to let y'all see. We had a problem with some folks. We had some problems with some people. Understand.
Understand you. I got love, understand. I got you. Yeah, doggone you. You know, we ain't gonna let them disrespect us like that. We don't let nobody disrespect. We don't let them disrespect us like that. You know where we're at. This Tiger territory. Listen, look at that movement. See that again, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. How you doing? Good. Good to see you. That's right, yes, sir. That's Mr. Kenyatta Tucker, the band director of Saucy Johnson. He's also a snake, the highest of the 7 hills. Yes, I'm gonna tell his mom on it too.
So what happened, as I shared problems, we have problems all the time. I got problems with some people get a little rebellious, like that Bernard White getting a little rebellious. And so I had problems when y'all saw the tie I had on. I was laid down, but I had a premonition, because you know I'm the spirit. I had a premonition. The ancestors of the Most High said, Jamal, it's going to be a problem, so put on your Savannah State jacket. That's what I did. I put it on. And so guess who come marching in the parade? The heights of the 7 hills. Strike, strike, strike again. The FAMU people. And they thought that nobody else did it. No South Carolina State, no Fort Valley. I got on Fort Valley jersey. Don't think this is Beach High School. Fort Valley, no Albany State, none of them. But guess who marched? Guess who marched through the streets of Savannah? The FAMU alum. I knew it was a conspiracy. Kenyatta Tucker, Mr. Kenyatta Tucker, who's the band director for Saul C. Johnson High School, former Marching 100 member from FAMU. Yeah. I knew he had something to do with it. Then my daughter Shari was walking throughout Savannah trying to find the entire parade route. She came there. She was right there. My adopted daughter Shari, who's a graduate of FAMU. Then Dr. Tanya Howard Hall, our school board representative, again, going right back in town. Like I told you in the very beginning, we have black women who are part of the movement for freedom and liberation for us. And Dr. Tanya Howard Hall is one of those great people, along with our Bernetta Bryant Lanier, who made things happen for us over at ILA with the platform. And so Dr. Tanya Howard Hall, guess what she did? They all conspired to have the FAMU people walk through the parade. Then they also were selling food too. The FAMU people. So I had to let it be known we don't play that. And so again, yes. So that's what we were dealing with this weekend right here. Again, like I said, it was a great time for many, and then for others, it was like a little problem for some of them. And so Bernard White, yes, Hot 2100 Savannah, great radio station, people listening to it, and that's why, again, I'm going to put the QR code back up there too, but I want folks to know that's what we got going on. Hot 2100 Savannah, yes, indeed. And then, Jeff, we got glad to have you all supporting us. And so we're going to be getting into some other things, because we're going to be winding down, because again, we're dealing with the snow out here. We got snow here, and it's a transition. And so I had to take care of some things. Don't tell my family. They told me not to do it. But I was forced to do it based on the president of our black media. He told me, to get out there. So I had to go get out there and get to the radio station. So that's what he did. And so, yes, Tanya C., we appreciate you all. Stacy, appreciate you also. And Gertrude, again, that's what we try to do. We try to give information that is important. And that's why I keep grinding. That's what we're doing. We keep grinding. And Gianna, yes, thank you again. We thank you all. Support all of our shows on our black media, but also listen to Hot 2100 Savannah. And so again, we just recapping some of the stuff for y'all that went on for our week, this past week right here, because we had others that have been on, but again, because of the snow and the weather, it kind of changed things. And so the entire dynamic. So again, we support you all because you support us, and that's why we give you all a shout out with regard to that. And so again, we can give you all some shout outs on Hot 2100 also. Hit us up, hot2100savannah.com. But we're Hot 2100 Savannah and the world. We give it to you from around the entire world. And so we're going to do this right here. I got to do this because, again, we want y'all to support us because you all again, are part of the family of Hot 2100 Savannah and the world and our black media. Because again, family, we got you covered, family. And so we want you all to know we support you, and we want you all to connect with us all the time. And so bear with me just for a second. We make this move right here, and we're going to do this right here. And we're going to give it to you. Once again, I got to give it to you. The QR code, Hot 2100 Savannah and the world. Yes, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Join us, and have a great time with us. And so we're going to do this right here again and again and again. We're going to want y'all to see how to get in touch with us. Hear us. You can hear us on Apple CarPlay. You can hear us on Alexa. You can hear us on your phone, on any devices that are connected to the internet, any digital devices. So it's been on your laptop, your desktop, your phone, because guess what now happens? You just put in hot2100savannah.com and you now get us. You get us. Yes, you absolutely get us. That's what happens. You get us. And so again, it's also, the apps are also Android and also, and iPhone. So yes, it's a great move that we've made, because again, you can always connect with us and Hot 2100 Savannah in the world. So I think you all probably not gotten you gotten the QR code, you've gotten it. So now we're going to move on to this right here, because we got some great anticipation, because as I share with y'all, well, now I'll back up. At times I experience some trauma. Based on the people that we have operating our organization called Our Black Media, and also called Hot 2100 Savannah, and that the president will have us out there doing a bunch of things. And so again, and Gabriella, glad to have you, glad you're listening to our station. That's right. Thank you. It is awesome. And that we say, spread the word, share with your friends, But back to this right here. What y'all about to see is somewhat traumatic, but we do what we got to do. I'll replay that for y'all. If you don't realize, that's someone that's walking in the snow. They have on short pants and boots. That person had to walk from their home to Hot 2100 Savannah. They had to walk from their home to Hot 2100 Savannah to now go and do work at the station, because the president, Julius Hall, the honorary HVJ warrior, he told me to go and do that. Yes, I told him, I gotta get ready. He said, no, you get to the station right now. So I had to walk out of my house through the snow to go to the station. So that's me walking through the snow, going to the station when it is the snowstorm out there. I had to do that. The snow settled. So now I had to then walk back home. No Uber, no Lyft, no car. And I had on short pants and this jersey right here from Fort Valley. Yes, that's what happened. And so Coach Julius Hall, our president, said, well, hey, Jamal, you have the experience of doing stuff like that. So I needed my chocolate milk. That's why I had to come out. I needed my chocolate. I need my organic chocolate milk. I'm going back home. I swear to God, I'm going back home. But not that I like to play in the rain or in the snow, but I needed my organic chocolate milk. Yes, I did. 1%. Yes, I did. I swear to God, I'm going back home. So he said, you've had the experience of going out in the snow. So I need you to go to the station. Get to the station right now. That it is essential that I get to it. And so that's why I left out. And so Bernard White, you now understand again why I am the king of West Savannah. Why I am the king of West Savannah is because of that. Because I do that, that's why the king will do that for his people. And so that's what I do. This has been Run Tell That. We were glad to have y'all. We'll be on next week. We'll have our guests on next week. And we say to y'all, share all our shows on our platforms. Share all of our shows. Support our shows. And support the people who support us. Davis Johnson Bozeman Law Firm offices in Savannah, Atlanta, and Statesboro. Great human rights attorneys, again, just to let y'all throw that out, and personal injury attorneys and defense attorneys also, just to let y'all know that, administrative law attorneys also. And then also, Sheffield Food and Gas, don't ride by, stop by, on Gwinnett and Stout Streets in Savannah, Georgia. Kim's Cafe, 714 MLK Junior Boulevard. And One Price Cleaners, located in the Farmers Market in Garden City. And also, we say check out Hot 2100 Savannah. Check it on out. And check out the music that goes on that takes you back in time. Check out the music. It hits you. Because we got something now. Drive Time with DJ R3. DJ R3 got Drive Time on Tuesday and Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m. Tuesday and Thursday. And then guess what? The first segment of the Julius and Jamals show will be hitting it this weekend, this Saturday, 7 o'clock. Or 8 o'clock, no, Julius, he won't try to do 8 o'clock. But I said 7 o'clock. That's what I say. But we say check out all our shows on our Black Media. Check out Hot 2100 Savannah. And also support the people who support us. And this is Run Tell That. We were glad to have y'all with us. And we said be safe out there. And so, Arnie and other people out there who support HVJ, we got your stuff coming up on next week also. You'll see that. We went and put Arnie's video up, but we're going to be doing that. And so now we're going to be doing some other things too, let y'all know. But Coach Julius Hall, we're glad that you supported us. And so we thank you all for that. And so Hot 2100 Savannah, our Black Media, and all the things that we're doing to help our community, that's what we do. And we do it from around the world. And Day Clean Journeys, Day Clean, the African Soul, all that. And we're looking forward to some galas coming up. We ain't going to put it out there yet, but we're going to got some galas coming up heavy in the month of February going into March. And so this is Run Tell That. We say again, share, share, share. Everyone, we're going to be signing out right now. We see y'all next week. Peace and blessings.
Like this.